Hey guys, Temple1 here, and today I just want to give you a quick overview of my track, The 42nd Parallel, forthcoming on Subculture. It's out next Friday on the 24th of November, and I often get a lot of requests of how I work and what I'm using and stuff, so I thought it was about time that I gave you a little insight into how I work. So what I'm going to do first is just play the track real quick, and then we can go through things in a little more detail after. Okay. Okay, so I'll leave it there and get right to it. So here's the kick. Fairly standard, I think it's one of the Vengeance kicks. We've got EQ and some saturation going on and just a filter. I usually keep my kicks really simple, and I think that's how they should be. You don't need to over compress or over EQ things, just pick a nice kick and work around that. We've got some supporting hats. This one again with a bit more saturation, some slight sidechain using the LFO tool, and an auto pan just to give it a little bit of width. Another loop. And this is from a sample pack, the Club Revolution. Really cool pack for some nice percussive loops. Again, that's just some EQ and some sidechain. We have our claps, a couple of layered claps. And just a little transient one just to cut through. Ride. A little bit of compression. That's just like a percussive hat loop that I think works really well with the rhythm. Again, they're all sort of slightly sidechained a little bit. Lots of sort of low cut EQ and not too much boosting. Again, sample selection is the key in this thing. So less is more. So we go on to the bass line, where I've got silent. Fairly standard trance roll, call it the duendo bass. And that's layered with the Spire. This one gives it a little bit more like edge, I guess. Just cuts through the mix better. And that's a Spire for that one. They've basically just EQ and let's have a look. Compression, delay, and sidechain. Again, sound selection, good sound design, really helps. Just a basic sub. which complements the other two sounds. Kind of a acid sound. Ah yes. So this is a like a high pass lead sound that just works to add a little bit of depth in the background. This is quite a handy little thing. So after that we have like the more bigger sounds. I've called this one the Virus Harp, which is actually like the massive, but I've based it off a virus sounding, which, believe it or not, you don't actually need to spend loads on a virus synth. You can just literally do it all with a sonic for a massive. So on that we've got a bit of compression, some delay, some more EQ, and a limiter just to sort of catch any peaks, which usually I don't do, but for that sound it was particularly spiky. And a little bit of sidechain on that as well. Same again with this JPAG lead, which is on this will be a silent. This is more of like a supportive layer. Cuts through a bit better. So they sort of play on each other, which helps with the groove and the overall vibe. And then the rest of the sounds, we've got pads. Got loopy squares. So let's start with this pad here. Okay, for this EQ, delay, and some sidechain again. That's a silent. I've got a choir here that I'm using. I actually use the Italian Sonic for this, which is a really cool instrument for some nice organic sounds. So highly recommend that if you use Cubase, or if you don't use Cubase. And here the Serum, which I rarely use, but I came across this sound and thought it sounded quite cool, so I'll put that in there. Again, just with a little bit of delay and EQ and stuff. Pluck. This is your typical sort of Vandit pluck. From the silent, some compression, EQ, sidechain delay. Again, all about sound selection, sound design, and the writing. If I go down here, we have more effect sounds. Just crashes and sweeps. These are rarely processed, maybe a little bit of sidechain on them, but and some slight EQ, low cuts and stuff like that, but nothing too drastic. But there's some cool sounds in there that I use. I often use a lot of old sample packs to find some more original sounding stuff, not to sound like everyone else, rather than using the latest sample pack. So just to give it a little bit more character, which is always cool to do. Also, my stereo outs, I'll often have like a filter. I usually bypass it and then just turn it on when I want, if I want to do any like high pass or low pass automation, and any volume automation just to sort of even out the dynamics or anything like that. Also, I'll often work into a limiter, so I'll push that up quite a few dB and I'll take it off at the end, and then sort of see how it goes with the sound and I'll adjust it accordingly. And that's pretty much it really, and it's all there. I mean, one thing I would say is important is that it's all about knowing how to use your tools properly and writing the right material and what goes where. It's sort of that's really important. You know, the PC I'm using is only like a £300 AMD, which you know, I'm getting some great results with it. So it just shows you that you don't need to spend a lot of money to make decent sounding music. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. And if you need to know anything else, just leave a comment below and I'll try and answer it as quickly as possible. So thanks for tuning, guys, and we'll catch up soon. Thanks.